Claiming Social Security at 62 in 2026. The truth they don't want you to know before you decide. Part 1 of the alarm. If you were born before 1964, stop whatever you're doing right now. Because what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes could mean the difference between keeping thousands of dollars that are rightfully yours, or handing them back to a system that was never designed with your best interests in mind. I am not here to scare you. I am here to tell you the truth. The real truth. The kind of truth that the Social Security Administration prints in tiny footnotes that nobody reads. The kind of truth that financial advisors gloss over when they're trying to sell you something. And the kind of truth that the government is perfectly happy to let you miss entirely. Because when you miss it, they benefit. Not you. So before you make one of the biggest financial decisions of your entire life, before you pick up that phone and call the SSA, before you click apply on that government website, watch this video all the way through. Because I promise you, by the time we are done here today, you will know exactly what to do. And more importantly, you will know exactly why. Part 2, the authority setup. Now, here is what most videos won't tell you. The Social Security Administration has a system, and that system is set up in a very specific way. According to the official SSA guidelines published for 2026, the rules around early claiming have layers that most seniors never see, explained clearly in one place. Not on the SSA website, not at your local SSA office, and definitely not from the automated phone system that puts you on hold for 45 minutes. What I am going to do right now is break every single one of those layers down for you, in plain English, the way it should have been explained to you from the very beginning. Because this is your money, you worked for it, you paid into this system for decades, and you deserve to understand every single dollar of it before you make your decision. So let's start from the very beginning. Part 3, the education block. What actually happens when you claim at 62? Here is the first thing you need to understand. When you claim Social Security at 62, you are claiming before your full retirement age. Now, your full retirement age, which the SSA calls FRA, depends entirely on when you were born. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. If you were born between 1955 and 1959, your full retirement age falls somewhere between 66 and 67. That matters enormously, because the SSA does not just give you a smaller check when you claim early. They permanently reduce your benefit. Let me say that again so it truly sinks in. Permanently, not for 1 year, not until you reach your full retirement age, for the rest of your life. Now, here is exactly what that reduction looks like in real numbers. If your full retirement age is 67 and you claim at 62, your monthly benefit is reduced by 30%. 30%. That means if you were supposed to receive $2,000 a month at 67, you will receive $400 a month at 62 every single month for the rest of your life. Now, before you panic and think the answer is obvious and wait until 67, I need to stop you right there. Because that thinking is exactly what the system is counting on. And it is not the full picture, not even close. The math they don't show you on the SSA website. Here is the calculation the SSA will never walk you through voluntarily. If you claim at 62 instead of 67, you get 5 extra years of payments. 5 years. At $1,400 a month, that is 60 months. That is $84,000 that goes into your pocket before someone who waited at 67 receives their very first check. Let that number sit with you for a moment. $84,000. Now yes, the person who waited gets $600 more per month starting at 67. But here's the question nobody asks you directly. How long do you have to live before waiting actually pays off? The answer, and this is based on straightforward math, is approximately 78 to 80 years old. That is your break-even point. If you live past 78 or 80, waiting starts to make mathematical sense. If you do not live past 78 or 80, claiming early was the smarter financial move. Period. And here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in Washington wants to say out loud. The average American man today has a life expectancy of approximately 76 years. The average American woman, approximately 81 years. That means for a significant portion of people watching this video right now, the math actually favors claiming early, not because the system is generous, but because the system was designed assuming you would wait. And they benefit when you do. The earnings test, the hidden trap. Now, there is something critically important that I need to warn you about. It is called the earnings test, and it is one of the most misunderstood rules in all of Social Security. Here is how it works. If you claim Social Security before your full retirement age and you are still working and you earn above a certain limit, the SSA will withhold a portion of your benefits. In 2026, that limit is $20 to $320 per year. That is $1,860 per month. If you earn more than $22,320 a year while collecting Social Security before your full retirement age, the SSA withholds $1 for every $2 you earn above that limit. Now, here's where it gets slightly better. In the year you reach your full retirement age, the limit jumps significantly to approximately $59,520 in 2026. And after you hit your full retirement age, the earnings test disappears completely. You can earn as much as you want with zero impact on your Social Security check. But here's the part that trips people up. The money the SSA withholds before FRA is not gone forever. When you reach your full retirement age, the SSA recalculates your benefit. They credit you back for every month your payment was withheld. So if you're planning to claim early and keep working, you need to know this rule cold, because it changes your entire strategy. The COLA factor. Nobody explains. Here is something else that changes the picture completely. It is called COLA, cost of living adjustment. Every year, the SSA adjusts Social Security payments to account for inflation. And here's the critical thing to understand. COLA is applied as a percentage of your current benefit, which means the higher your base benefit, the more dollars you gain from each COLA increase. But here's the flip side. The person who claimed at 62 and has a lower base benefit, they receive COLA increases too. And over time, those increases compound. Someone who claimed $1,400 at 62 and received annual COLA increases over 10 years is now receiving significantly more than that original $100. This is why the argument that you permanently lose money by claiming early is only half the story. You start compounding earlier, and in a time of higher inflation, starting earlier means more total COLA dollars in your pocket over time. Medicare, the Part B trap. You need to know. Now, let me talk about something that catches thousands of seniors completely off guard every single year. Medicare Part B. When you enroll in Medicare at 65, you will begin paying a Medicare Part B premium. In 2026, that premium is $202.90 per month. And here is the trap. If you're already collecting Social Security when you turn 65, that $202.90 gets deducted automatically from your Social Security check every single month, without any additional paperwork, without any warning letter in plain English. It just disappears from your payment. So if you were collecting $400 a month and you just turned 65, your check just became $1,197.10. You did not get a pay cut from the SSA, but your bank account does not know the difference. This is why so many seniors feel blindsided in their first year of Medicare. They budgeted for $400, they received $197. Nobody warned them. Now I am warning you. Plan for this before it happens. Budget for the Part B deduction from day one. So there are no surprises. IRMAA, the penalty for being successful. And if your income is higher, there is something even more expensive waiting for you. It is called IRMAA, Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. This is an additional surcharge on top of your standard Medicare Part B premium. The SSA and Medicare determine your IRMAA surcharge based on your income from 2 years prior. So your 2026 Medicare premium is based on your 2024 tax return. If your income in 2024 exceeded approximately $106,000 as an individual or $212,000 as a married couple, you're paying more than the standard $292.90, significantly more. And unlike regular Medicare Part B, IRMAA does not get as much attention. Most people do not know it exists until the bill arrives. So if you had a high income year recently, maybe you sold a property, maybe you took a large distribution from your IRA or 401k, check your income from 2 years ago, because it may be quietly inflating your Medicare costs right now without you even realizing it. The 6-month retroactive option. Now here is something that genuinely surprises most people, and it is something the SSA will not proactively tell you about. If you have already reached your full retirement age and have not yet claimed Social Security, you can request up to 6 months of retroactive benefits, 6 months of back payments, paid to you in a lump sum. Now there's a catch. Accepting retroactive payments means your ongoing monthly benefit will be slightly reduced to account for the fact that they are paying you as though you claimed 6 months earlier. But depending on your situation, that lump sum could be extremely valuable, especially if you need cash now, and especially if you were not aware this option existed. Ask the SSA about this directly. Use these exact words. I would like to inquire about retroactive benefit eligibility. Write that down, because those words will get you a very different conversation than just asking general questions. The suspension strategy. Almost nobody knows here is another option that almost never gets talked about in these videos. If you claimed Social Security early, say at 62 or 63, and you have now reached your full retirement age of 67, you can voluntarily suspend your benefits What that means is you tell the SSA to stop paying you temporarily, and for every month your benefits are suspended between age 67 and age 70, your future benefit grows by approximately 0.67% per month. That is 8% per year. So if you claimed early, regret it, and your health has improved or your finances have stabilized, you have a second chance. You're not permanently locked in. The suspension option gives you a path to increase your monthly benefit even after you have already started collecting. Most seniors never hear about this. Now you have Part 4, the emotional pivot. Here's what I want you to think about right now. Not the numbers, not the percentages. I want you to think about the people you know. Think about the friend who worked their entire life, paid into Social Security for 40 years, was told to wait, was told the bigger check at 67 was the smart move, and then at 65 got a diagnosis and never made it to 67. Not a penny collected. 40 years of contributions. Gone. That is not a hypothetical. That happens to real people every single day in this country. And here is the part that makes it even harder to accept. The SSA knew the statistics, they know average life expectancy, they know the break-even calculations, and they designed the system anyway, with full retirement age set at 67 for most of you. They are not your financial advisor. They are not on your side. They are an institution managing a fund. And statistically, every year you do not collect is a year that works in their favor, not yours. Now, I'm not telling you that waiting is always wrong. If you are in excellent health, if you have significant other income, if you genuinely enjoy your work and plan to continue, waiting can make sense. The math can work in your favor if you live into your mid-80s and beyond. But here is the question you need to ask yourself honestly. Not the question the SSA wants you to ask, the real question. Given my health, my financial situation, my family history, and everything I know about my own life, what is the smartest move for me? Not for the average American. Not for the theoretical person in the SSA's actuarial tables. For you. Because this money belongs to you. You earned every single dollar of it. And you deserve to make this decision with complete information. Not half the story. Not the version that benefits the system. The full truth. And the full truth is this. For many of you watching right now, claiming at 62 is not just acceptable. It is the smartest financial decision you will ever make. Part 5, the action step. So here is exactly what I want you to do before you make any decision. Step 1, go to ssa.gov and create your My Social Security account if you have not already done so. And once you are logged in, you will see your full earnings history going back decades. Review it carefully. Look for any years with missing or incorrect earnings, because your benefit is calculated on your 35 highest earning years. If there are errors in your record, you could be receiving less than you are legally entitled to. Fixing those errors before you claim could increase your monthly check, potentially for the rest of your life. Step 2, use the SSA's retirement estimator tool on that same website. Put in different claiming ages, 62, 64, 66, 67, 70. Look at the actual dollar difference between each option. Then do this one additional calculation that the tool will not do for you. Multiply each monthly amount by the number of months you would receive it before your break-even age of 78. See which total is larger. That number will tell you more about your decision than any financial advisor will. Step 3. If you are within 12 months of claiming, call the SSA directly at 1-800-772-1213. Do not just show up at an office, call first. And when you call, ask these specific questions. Ask, what is my exact primary insurance amount? Ask, what would my benefit be if I claimed today versus at my full retirement age? Ask, am I eligible for any retroactive benefits? Ask, what is my break-even age based on current projections? Write down every answer you receive. Get the name of the representative. And if the answer does not feel right, call back and speak to someone else. You are allowed to do that. This is your money. You are allowed to ask as many questions as you need. Step 4. If you're married, do not make this decision alone. Spousal benefits and survivor benefits add an entirely separate layer of strategy to this decision. In some cases, one spouse claiming early while the other waits can maximize the total household benefit significantly. That is a full conversation for another video, but do not overlook it, because it could change your entire approach. Part 6, the share hook. Now before I let you go, I need to say one more thing, and I mean this. If you have a parent, a sibling, a neighbor, a friend, anyone who is approaching 62 and has not yet made their Social Security decision, send them this video right now, not tomorrow. Right now. Because the information in this video took me a long time to compile and verify. And it is the kind of information that can genuinely change someone's financial future. The kind of information they will not get from a pamphlet in an SSA waiting room. The kind of information that the system does not volunteer. There are seniors right now who are going to claim Social Security in the next 30 days without knowing about the earnings test, without knowing about IRMAA, without knowing about the retroactive option, without knowing about the suspension strategy. And every one of those missing pieces could cost them money. Real money, money they earned, money they deserve. So share this video, pass it along, because that one share might be the thing that saves someone you care about from making a decision they can never undo. And if this video helped you today, even a little, hit that subscribe button right now. Because every single week, I bring you the information about Social Security, Medicare, and your government benefits that they should have been telling you from the start. No confusing government language, no fine print, no hidden agenda, just the truth, in plain English, the way it should have been from day one. I will see you in the next one.